If it's a business for them, then it should be a business for us. Hello guys, I'm DS Namdi and welcome to the finalizing episode on the topic that I just gave previously, but now we'll be talking a little bit about it. What am I trying to say? The mentalization of Africa. We need conscious effort actually to say no to principles, precepts, laws, and beliefs, and whatever you feel that you've connected or made us connect to this sort of ideology that is reforming our lives and transforming us to becoming as them. So the topic today is dementalizing Africa, dementalizing our thought process. Now, if it's business for them, it's definitely have to be business for us. Why is that? Let's go straight to it. African economy, according to the resources that we have, ought to be enormous. If I do a research right now to say, what are the resources, the earthly resources that Africa possess, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot because oil that we all know, most countries in Africa have oil. Now the reason why oil is because most of the things are made with the product of oil. So oil is in the market right now. We have gold. Most of the things we wear and try to do and everything comes with that. Gold. So gold and oil and diamonds, silver, copper. Coal used to be back in the time, but now most countries don't even export coal, mostly down here in Nigeria. Some states that our resources heavily was dependent on coal exploration. Now, there's no, less or no business for it. There's still business for it, but it's not as popular as oil. Tomorrow, we're still going to be discovering a whole lot because there's a lot in this country. Now, why are those so-called rich countries having diverse and interest, deep interest in African resources and African economy and African people and African soil? Why do this country have the interest tailored around us? Why? Because they are getting enormous profit from us and we are getting nothing. So I say, if it's business for them, let it be what? Business for us. Let's talk about the visa process. In my research, the United States only made over $1 billion annually from 2022 to 2023. This is not the other services that they do. They just gave us a figure that we can process. Still, we are not interested. But this is a matter of interest. We need to put our mind on it. So let's go. Now, we're looking at 900 billion naira annually. 900 billion. One country providing visa. And what is this visa operation or the visa services? It's a business. That means they're selling to us that their country is better, that we can have a good life over there, that we can have good education, we can have good environment, we can have everything that's way better than where we are. So they say, if you want to come, you have to come. That's what they're telling you. Then you have to go through the process, and the process requires that we do the visa fee and everything. And now, majority of these people going through this visa process in the United States and all the Western rich countries are denied. So if you're selling the business to us, and when you bring out your money, some people sold their land, sold their cars, did everything just to raise money for that process. Book hotels, paid for everything, for school fees and stuff, just to be there. Now the visa is denied. When a business transaction did not hold, let's say I want to get a phone, and I'm pitching to you that this phone is good, you need this phone, and you paid me money for the phone, and you got the phone. The next thing, the phone is not working. You come back to me, or I have to reach out to you. Whatever, you reach out to me and you tell me this phone is not working. So the right business thing to do is to retransact. Either you tell me to come back for another process based on the money I paid you because I didn't get what you're selling, which is to come over, or you refund me my money. But today, all these rich countries, these rich Western countries, these rich Western countries that enslaved us, yes, they are taking our resources. They are still not giving us a refund. A lot of people so we're going out there to ask people, those that have had this experience, what would you think when we start a protest or start a refund? First of all, if you've gone through this process, give us an email, tell us your process. Let's create a refund. Let's have a collective voice. We're putting it out there. They have to refund this money. based on the current value of that dollar. If you paid $190 back in 2 years or 4 years, now that $190 based on the value, they have to give you back because the business you applied for did not work and they took the money, they took their visa, and you took nothing. So that should stop. That should stop. Africa must stand. The United Kingdom makes over 140 billion naira annually. 140 billion. That's what they make. So they keep bringing out visas for you to consider so you can bring the money. It's business for them. And if the business does not benefit you, they have to give you a refund. Now, Canada makes over $500 million in Nigeria annually. Just for giving you the information. Come and register for either of the visas we're giving to you. What are the visas for? A means or a channel or a platform or a time for you to go into or migrate into. So the visa is giving you an opportunity to move. But when you apply for it, they say no. So let's say enough is enough. And lest I come to a conclusion, we also have to understand that the dementalization of our minds needs to start now. We have to be conscious of the Americanization ideology that has been pushed, the narrative of that has been pushed into our society, our media, our educational system, our political system, and constitution. All these things are directing us to believe in them. Our religious institution as well. So we have to start something and start this movement to say no and no. A service needs to be done between a two person, and either is win-win, or I know that I get a product or a bad product, but you're not giving me anything. You're not giving me a visa. You're taking my money. So we need a refund. So we'll be running this topic to instigate a movement, and that movement would allow us to have facts, data. So we need you, if you've gone through all this experience in the rich, so-called rich Western countries, if you've done this visa application and you refuse, give us evidence. Let's have part of evidence and tell us your story, how the refusal affected you. Some people, they lost everything and they're starting all over again. While they're getting richer and they're telling you you're poor. So they have to stand for it. If the Western culture and Western civilization is saying that equal authority, equal right, and everything has to be fair and justice. Now, justice has to be served for the African people. And thank you so much. I remain DS, the host of Show, Tell, and Talk, where we discuss about current events, we talk about these things, and we allow you to also express yourself via comments, phone calls, or email. We look forward to hearing from you. Stay tuned.